This podcast is for individuals who want to be transformed in their lives by listening to specific guests in the fields of faith, family, fitness, and freedom. As a teacher, life coach, husband, father, author, and founder of 40 Days of Deliverance, my intention with each podcast is to help you grow in these specific areas. Lastly, my hope is that you will begin to learn specific habits to introduce to your lifestyle so you can live a purposeful life that you feel fulfilled. I love you, and may the Lord bless you and keep you all the days of your life. Another order of business. I wrote a book called Freedom to Ascend, which is on sale now on Amazon.com. I will send a link in my show notes, so just click on it. It's a great price. It's a great read. So pick one up today. Another item of order, land. The Lord has given me a vision that I will be gifted land by some special soul. And this land will be used for deliverance camps to help people who are hurting and to help people come together as a family and friends and fellowship. So if you have land that you would love to donate for this cause, please go to the show notes, which I'll have my email, and just email me land. Another note, share this episode. This show is growing, and the only way it's going to grow faster is if you can do one thing. Share this episode with one friend or more. Also, if you haven't left a review, do that now as well. Just do it on your app you're listening to. Now, buckle up and enjoy this episode. Welcome to the John Gardina Classroom. I'm so ready to go for this episode. It's called The Stepping Stones to Success. You will need to listen to the entirety of this episode so you can maximize your results from what you're about to learn today. So let's get started. I'm going to give you some information from actually four books, my book as well. So stay tuned for what you're going to learn from each book and how important it is to be successful with the little things. Why is this so important? It's important because you will have more power of looking at your life holistically by looking at things through the micro level. So if you were to envision your life as what you would like to be like when you're 80 or before you pass this earth, okay? What do you have to do each day, each hour, each minute to maximize who you are? I'm going to start off with a story when I was in high school. So when I was in high school, I was blessed to play varsity football and baseball my sophomore year for both sports. I love those sports. I loved growing into those arenas, both the football stadium and the baseball stadium, Field of Dreams that I played on, and blessed to be a coach for the baseball team here at Perry for 8 years. But the story is here. I'm going to get to the point. When I was a senior, my first game, I was on fire. I was player of the week, had like 150 plus total purpose yards. I remember running over this guy against NDCL to score a touchdown, and I felt like Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders all in one. But week 5, I remember I got benched from defense because I played both ways. I was kickoff returner, played offense as a slot back, and played defense as a cornerback. And week 5, we were at Geneva, and I missed this tackle. And I remember I was just so tired. And I just couldn't play both ways effectively. So I was benched from defense. They just told me to play offense. And I remember my dad having a conversation with me about it. And he was mad. He's like, you need to talk to the coach and you need to tell him that you need to be out there. And he was right. But I didn't talk to the coach because I was ashamed. What was I ashamed of? I was ashamed that I wasn't that player who could perform on both ends of the field. And do you know why? Because I didn't have the endurance. So now that I know what it takes to have endurance and to build up your aerobic base from running, I wish I would have told myself that when I was in high school. How do I become successful to be a player on the field, not just football, all sports, all sports, that I would have been running slow and steady every single day to build up my aerobic base. And if I did that, even just in the summertime, beginning in, let's say, May or June of that year, my senior season, I would have been that athlete who could have competed at a high level on both sides of the field. So, those of you who are younger, listen to me. If you want to become a great athlete, you need to be able to run on and off that field, play both ways, do the best that you can, and maximize your performance by building your aerobic base. So, I'm going to switch gears now to 3 books that I've recently read, and they're terrific. And I'm just diving in here. Ready? Book 1 is called The One Thing by Gary Keller. I'm just going to read just a little summary of what this book meant to me and some of the quotes. Extraordinary results are directly determined by how narrow you can make your focus. Another quote. When you want the absolute best chance to succeed at anything you want, your approach should always be the same. Go small. Another quote. The things which are most important don't always scream the loudest. Okay, let's go back to the analogy. I'm going to stop right there. Let's go back to the analogy of the football. No one would have saw me training after a practice of running slow and maybe a mile or 2 here and there every day. And it wouldn't scream results. It doesn't mean I'm scoring a touchdown. Doesn't mean I'm making the big block. I would have never been recognized for putting in the work to build my aerobic base to play both ways. So sometimes the most things in life that are most important don't scream the loudest to our ego. You better listen to that one more time, what I just said. The important things in life, the small things that matter, don't always scream to our ego. So what we have to learn is that it takes time. It takes patience. It takes consistency. It takes small habits of something that it may not be seen by others as something so grand and so wonderful. But what it's doing is it's building a base for your success. All right, the next book, it's called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. First quote, small, smart choices plus consistency plus time equal radical difference. So good. The compound effect is the principle of reaping huge rewards from a series of small, smart choices. Pause there. Talk about money for a second. If you were to take, I believe it's $100 a week and put it away, just $100 a week, all right? And you did that for, I think, 30 years, you'd have over $1 million. So, okay, that's $100 I don't have. There's no way I could do that. Okay, let's start small. $10. Let's say you want to save up for a car. $10, that's $40 a month. 40 times 12, you're looking at, let's do my math really quick here. I just always go by 10. So 40 times 10 months is $400. So you're at $480 for the year if you did $10 a week, right? $480. So, you know what? When you're young and you saved up almost $500 for the year, it'd take a couple of years, but you can do it. Get a couple $1,000s for a used car as someone in high school, maybe college. But the beauty of it is it teaches you discipline, right? To save, to be in a state of habit where you are not a slave to a lender. And right now, personally in my life, I've been doing some budgeting with my wife, and we went back to the drawing board. Simple wins, folks. Let's look at our budget. Where are we overspending? Let's break it down into categories. I just did this with my wife. Why are we overspending? Because we're not focused on the little things each day. And you in your life right now, you have areas in your life, whether it's finances, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your job, whether it's your health, that you're missing the mark because you're so over-focused on what people are thinking of you, or you're not focused at all on how to do the little things right. So your life today is really the sum of your habits. So each habit goes into a bucket of your arena of life. And I just mentioned those previously. I'm going to end with one more quote from The Compound Effect. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. Mic drop. Your daily routine. Successful people have a routine. They may wake up earlier. They're very focused on what they have to accomplish, the hard things first in the day, not waiting until the afternoon when they're tired and they do a haphazard job to get it done. It's not how it's supposed to be done. Very strategic, very intentional, every day. And it's not sexy. It's not. It's hard. But guess what? You build momentum. You exponentially grow in those areas. But if you miss days and you don't have a strong why of why you're doing it, you're not going to grow. And at the end of your life, you're going to say, I wish I would have had discipline and focus and change my habits younger. That's why I'm doing this for you. So you would stop the bleeding of why you have bad habits and start bringing in new habits to make you a better person, the transformed individual that you need to be. Last book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. You do not rise to the levels of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Oh, it's so good. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. A vote. Like, it's always you against you, right? And you're voting for yourself when you self-talk of, yeah, I'm going to do this because I'm voting to become a better athlete. I'm voting to be financially free so I could have experiences and have resources to serve and to give to others and for my family. I vote for that. I vote for that for your life. So what are you waiting for? Why are you complacent with average? It's not that you're not talented enough. It's that you doubt yourself and you don't have the discipline because you think it doesn't matter. But it does matter. It matters to everyone around you. So start waking up to what you can be and stop letting the devil put doubt in your brain to what you can't be. I'm going to finish with my book. And in the chapter 11, Power of One More, I wrote just a subsection in there called Stacking One Brick at a Time. Here we go. Sticking to a plan, being intentional, and always striving to achieve goals has made me a 1%er in my life. Things aren't always easy, but since I stuck to the plan of running marathons, even during COVID, and when races were canceled, I was able to develop relationships with individuals I learned about in podcasts and on my runs. And if it wasn't for my lonely marathon, I wouldn't have met such great people in my life like Jeff Forrester and Bree Hagan and Chas Allen and Rob Matthews, Mike Bellini, and so many more. These doors of relationships would never have been open if I had not stuck to my plan of being disciplined and running the race that I set on a calendar that was canceled that I still did virtually. See, staying on a schedule each day has a major impact on your results in life. For example, I have learned to do just one task per day in each area of my life to help me grow. My 1% habits include one prayer when I rise, sharing one Bible verse on social media, running a mile a day, one contact person per day, and one I love you, and one new piece of information I can learn. The power of one per day can also be applied to achieving something per week or even month, like writing one thank you card per week or going on one date per month. I have learned that if you break down your habits into ones, you stack bricks of success. Many people have not learned this concept of breaking down goals into simple steps. Some individuals may feel that goals or new habits are too hard to achieve because they either lack confidence to start them or aren't disciplined enough to be consistent. To start moving forward towards your goals, let's look at how this can be achieved by breaking down the concept visually. Think of stacking one brick at a time. Everyone can do that. If you were to stack one brick at a time each day, you'd eventually build a mighty fortress. And then to build a castle in the surrounding fortress, imagine how many bricks you'd have to stack in your lifetime. But sometimes you get overwhelmed when you think about how long it would take. Instead, in the macro level, you have to go into the micro level. What's important now? And that's how you win. One brick consistently done, day in, day off, and your castle will be built. In the same way, it's possible to build your legacy, and it starts with just one brick. So what say you, my friends? Why are you not allowing yourself to go to the next level? And if you're listening to this and you don't want to grow, then share it with someone who does. And I'm not mad at you. I just want you to be better. I think the biggest thing I've learned in my life with all the wisdom that I have gained from reading the Bible and from friends and from podcasts and I'm talking hours of diving into people who are at the pinnacle of their craft, is that they know why they're doing it and they're passionate about what they do. So before all those things of stacking these bricks, you better find those two things out. Why? And you better have your hair on fire and be passionate about something. You get one life, just like all these bricks you stack to become the best version of you. You get one life. That's it, one in the flesh. So today, don't just push to the next podcast or go back to your job that you may not like. Take action. Pause, reflect, and think about why you want to become the best person on this earth for your loved ones, for the next generation, for your community, and for your country, and for this world. And if you start taking care of business and quit making excuses of why everything's so bad around you, we win. We all win. So I just bless you right now that you will change your mindset to one of fruitfulness and committed to your craft of what that is and maybe something new, and that you will truly be a blessing to everyone around you. As always, I love you. Exhaust your gifts on this earth and never look back. This class is dismissed.